Okay. So anytime you are, oh, let me pin you. All right.
All right.
You are
Hi, everybody.
anytime.
We on?
We're on.
I am your hula hoop hostess with the mostest. So Annie asked me to come on board and give you guys some beginning hoop tips, because some of us are very beginning exercise people. Some of us are beginning hoopers, or some of us just want to figure out what we're doing while we're hooping. So that's why I'm here. So let me tell you a little bit about the hoop that you're going to probably use. The hoops that you're going to probably use for hooping weigh about 1.5 pounds. So you can go on several sites and get a beginning hoop. The sizes of your hoops are anywhere from 38 inches to 44 inches typically. So you could choose one of those sizes. The brand new, the more new you are to hooping, the bigger the hoop, the better. So if you're brand new to hooping, brand new to exercise, I recommend a 44-inch hoop. Make sure they have some weight to them, and it'll say that on the websites. If you happen to be local to your Belinda area, I'm your man, because I can make a special hoop for you. So let me know if you want to do that. Okay, let's talk about how to get things rolling here. So keep in mind when you're hooping, although we want to circle like this, the movement is a forward back, and you have to have a lot of big movements. So you want to make sure the hoop is at your back. Now, if you're right-handed, like I am, you typically hoop to the left. If you're left-handed, you typically hoop to the right. And sometimes we have some bi-hoopers. That's a whole nother show. I'm not going there. So right now, whichever direction you want to go, the hoop is touching your back. Now watch what I do. I'm going to push the hoop and it goes around me several times before I have to start moving. If you give it a good balanced push, it will stay at your waist. If you give it a wobbly push, it just falls straight down. So it's all in that push. It touches your back. It needs to have something to grasp onto. Movement is front and back, but I'm going to spin it first 3 or 4 times, and then I start going forward and back. Make sure those arms are out of the way. A lot of times the hoop will hit your hand and wreck everything. So if you're brand new, this part is kind of challenging. So don't get discouraged if the hoop just drops, because keep in mind, if the hoop drops, just dropping down and picking up the hoop is great exercise in itself. Hooping takes a little bit of practice, but let's talk about what we're working. It's all about the core. From here to here, we're working all of that, all those muscles within that core region, and it's great for your abs. This is the best ab workout ever. I will just watch TV for 30 minutes or an hour, and I will just stand here and I'm going to hoop just like this. Doesn't feel like you're doing a whole lot, but you're working so many muscles, and you're going to flatten the abs. And that's how we say you flatten the curve, by hooping. So forward and back, it's big. You've got to go big. If the hoop starts to fall, you make it bigger. And then once you're comfortable with hooping, one direction is important to try to go the opposite direction. So once you get comfortable with that one regular direction, that is the way you should be hooping, challenge yourself and go the other direction. It's almost like starting all over again, a little more challenging. Now I've got my foot out in front, but that doesn't mean it has to be there. If you like having your feet out to the side, that's another option, but make sure the movement is forward and back. I know it looks like I'm going circular, but I'm not. It's forward and back. If you want to have your foot behind you, that's another option. There's no wrong or right. It's just what works best for you. Abs are nice and tight. Okay. Once you're comfortable with going the other direction, there's a lot of things you can do to really get that exercise routine going, really burn calories. We're going to start to sweat. So you move your feet a little bit to the side, to the back, to the side, to the front. Okay. Also, once you're comfortable with your hoop, take your outside leg and follow it around. Follow your hoop. A lot of times you feel like going the other direction. So you want to stay with the movement of your hoop. Just moving adds a little bit more work to this workout. Start to walk forward. Abs are always tight. Shoulders are always down. Engage that core. Suck those abs in. Did you know your abs are the only muscle group that you can never overwork? Suck them in all day long. You can move forward. You can move back. All these things take a little bit of time, but when you add certain movements, it makes the whole hooping exercise more effective. A lot of other things I like to do once I'm comfortable is I like to throw in some squats. Now, when I do my classes, sometimes people would rather squat without the hoop. So that's an option too, but also something you can practice. Taking it down, taking it up. Can also, once you get going, there's so many things you can do. You can lunge. Notice I'm going forward and back still. My shoulders are down, my arms are out of the way. I'm lunging up and down. Engaging that core, you're working those abs. You're working the entire core. Now we're adding our legs. Another thing you can do, you can grab some weights or you can use your own body weight. You can do bicep curls. Keep the hoop going though, because we want to flatten the curve, and this is how we do it. Another really fun thing to do is work our arms using our hoop. So these are all some beginning moves, and it all takes practice. So let me or Annie know how you want to get into one of my classes. But you can also bring the hoop around and above your head. Now, when you're doing this, you're working your biceps and your triceps. So this is a forward and a back movement, engaging the arms, the upper body. And once you're comfortable or that arm starts to fatigue, you just take it into a prayer and you switch. So this is all about arms, upper body. Now, when you're doing this one, make sure you're not extending that arm up over your head. My mouth will start working. You want to have a slight bend in the elbow. Again, upper body work. And you can walk around when you're doing that. But there's a lot of tricks you can do when you're hooping as well. But the most important thing really is to get that hoop going, right? Again, you're taking it to your back. You're pushing, nice power. Add that movement, forward, back, big ones, big ones, big ones, big ones. Notice everything I'm working, my abs, my legs, my upper body, my arms. I'm holding my arms up. You're working so many different muscle groups and you're having a fun workout. You don't even know you're working out. Lots of other things you do. You can come up on your toes, hold it. There's a little balance and hoop. Lots of fun things. This is working our legs, our calves. Strong legs gives you a strong heart. All this gives you a strong mind. And that's how we do it all the way down. So eventually you start doing tricks, but that's of course not today, but a lot of fun stuff that you can do when you're hooping. Talk to me, talk to Annie. She'll tell you what you need to do to find out how to do all this fun stuff. And with that, I will give you a little bow and another little bow, and ta-da. What do you think, Annie?
I love it. That was brilliant. So yeah. So tell you what we'll do is I will here, I'm going to stop recording.